Oh, hey, Smark here. Just interrupting the show to tell you about a little Nintendo podcast by the name of NX. I'm joined by my co-hosts, Ethan and Tyler. Ethan, you got anything to say, man?
Frodo.
Okay, anything else?
Boromir.
Right, but anything sort of on topic?
Incineroar.
Okay, fine. Tyler, how about you?
Search NX Nintendo podcasts on all good podcast services.
On this episode of The Mimic's View, Alex, Ben and Lewis discuss Death Stranding, Nerd Survivors, Moonraker, Ben's Poshness, and Thank Goodness You're Here.
Right, so Thank Goodness You're Here. A game I couldn't remember what it was called. I bought it on the basis of seeing some funny looking gameplay on the internet. I then proceeded to forget what it was called after I bought it, and even then when I was playing it I had to double check because I just couldn't remember.
It says it like every two
Yeah,
sentences.
I'm not that clever to sort of pick up on these nuanced things. But I bought it, I played it, I really enjoyed the game. I thought it was a sort of nice departure from anything else I'd played over the last goodness knows how many years. A nice palate cleanser after getting bum raped by Elden Ring over and over again. So it was nice to go and sort of experience something that was quite light. It was funny. It was well written. I enjoyed the art style. I platinumed it. Went back and platinumed the game.
Who
this year?
Who is this person?
Two this year? I think that's more than me.
That's more than I've not normally. I do 0.
Unless dead.
Normally actively.
Unless dared, yes.
It's usually an active attempt to not platinum things.
Sidebar, Alex, how many platinums are you on this year? I feel like you're doing like some sort of secret platinum.
I don't know how many I'm on this year, to be honest. It will be in double figures anyway. But
Easily.
easily in double figures, but I don't know
Crazy.
how. I'm only on like 50 something though, so I'm like, it's quite a few
quite a
this
lot.
year.
Yeah.
I mean, all shitty ones.
Well, obviously.
Other than obviously, Ben, I'm a connoisseur of fine gaming.
So have you platinumed? Thank goodness you're here.
I have also platinum. Thank goodness you're here. Yes, and very much enjoyed going back and tidying it up to get the platinum, because very much like Lewis has said, like this was just such a refreshing take on gaming for me. It's like been well discussed that I've had a little gaming rut and not really knowing what to play, and I just loved this. Like in terms of it made me laugh, it was silly, it was, I could just sit and play through it and just go and slap things. Like what's not fun about just going and slapping things? It just hit all the right notes for me personally.
I don't think I've laughed quite that much at a game in a little while. I think maybe the last time I laughed properly at a game was Stanley Parable a couple of years ago.
Now, right.
No.
Here we go.
No.
I'm
Now.
coming along to show your parade.
Now, let's just rewind. You've both said you laughed.
Yes.
That's it. Did you literally laugh at this game?
Yes.
Like out loud. Lewis,
Yes.
do your laugh that you did playing this game. Right, Alex, was that your laugh as well? Okay, so you both laughed
Yeah.
properly.
Yeah.
Properly laughed. Within
Belly
5 minutes.
laughs and everything.
Oh dear. I did not laugh
Wasn't
once.
enough Chuckle Brothers references in it, but the same.
No, I there was like amusing stuff where I might have gone like that. That's the most that it got out of me. Once or twice maybe I would have gone Yeah, good, clever. It just, I know like comedy and everything is really subjective, isn't it? But I just didn't find it funny. I found it like, interesting. You know,
Is
silly.
that because it's your everyday being England?
No, it's because I hate the North.
It was that divide. That north-south divide had never been more apparent.
But I was genuinely playing it thinking, oh my God, am I a snob? I think I might be a snob because I'm like...
That's it. That's why I didn't find it funny, because it was the life realisations that was coming through as it was progressing through the story.
I don't know. Like, there were elements of it that I really enjoyed. Like, as you said, Lewis, the animation and the graphics, everything else, really crisp. And it was a breath of fresh air in terms of, like, I've never played anything like it. Apart from, like, Untitled Goose Game, I think it reminded me of that in both the level structure and the kind of, you're just going about doing silly shit for a few hours. So that, I am mostly positive on it, but everyone I've heard talk about it and every review has said about how funny it is.
Mm-hmm.
And
I can't tell you anything specific that I laughed at, but I did laugh out loud on numerous occasions.
And in a way, it's good to not tell us anything specific, because, you know, if anyone hasn't played it, then that would take away from some of the comedy.
You even sound like a snob saying it.
Comedy.
As you might say, comedy.
Others would say the life of the Northerners.
The plight of the North. I don't know. I just think maybe I feel like it's been slightly overhyped. Like, it's cool. It's a nice little diversion between other games, but I don't think it's all that.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't sit there and go, "Oh, it's the
game.
indie of the year," or It's not. No. It's just a nice, refreshing, like, palate cleanser. Really?
Yeah, and that's great. That's great, but it's not like, I feel like people have been fawning over it like it's the second coming.
Yeah,
that was a cow.
See, that made me laugh, Alex. Referring to the game is funny, but the actual game itself isn't. Sorry, Lewis, what were you going to say?
No, I think you shared a screenshot. You were playing it in full northern England mode, or the south, as we would call it, with a strange language for the options, or the dialect. Instead of saying like start new game options, it had like fucking gibberish on each option. It was in Northern, wasn't it? I played it. That's what Northern. I just said. Gibberish.
Yeah. Did you not play it in that mode? Because there's the cleverest thing that it does is that option at the start where it says, right, do you understand this bollocks or not? And I chose yes. So I guess you chose no.
I can't remember. I remember reading it. Was it in Northern? Was it in that?
I can't remember exactly how they did it, but I think there was like is it a bit of text that pops up that's just like
something like that. I think I just turned the subtitles off though, because it was only for the subtitles, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah. But I actually played it in Scotland.
Did you?
So I didn't. Yeah,
Alex,
that makes three of us.
Yeah, me too. It's the first.
And I played it on the Steam Deck as well. I do wonder if I'd have played it on PlayStation, whether the trophy pop might have pulled me along a bit more, made it a bit more interesting, and thinking, ooh, there's a platinum on the line here. That might have made it a bit more interesting for me. But
yeah, it certainly made you go back and find things that you maybe could miss. There was some bits that you could miss.
Yeah, and I definitely think there was a few elements of the game where I felt like, that I should do something here, but then I never ended up doing it. So I can see there's a bit of replayability to it as well. But yeah, it feels like a really solid, like 7 out of 10.
Yeah, it's fair.
If I had to put a number on it. Yeah.
So what I didn't like is that you couldn't go back. So once you'd like done an area, and say, like you were saying, if you wanted to do something for a trophy, you couldn't just go back to the prior area.
Yeah.
You either had to go all the way around. I don't even think if you went all the way around through all the different screens to get back to the start. I think even then it would have changed. I'm not entirely sure, because I think to do that you need to have done something that would have an impact on like
Kind of
the
clearing your
next.
path almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no. A smart little game, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Berry, one of the voices as well. I think he'd done a couple of voices. He was at least the gardener.
I can't remember the gardener. But yeah, he's in it.
He's in it.
Gardener
he's
on the
good.
phone.
Gardener. Yep. No, I enjoyed it. Like, I can't see me ever going back to it. But
Wait for platinum.
Never
What's
platinum.
left to
But,
achieve in
I've done
life?
it. I've done everything.
Yeah.
I've done it all.
Good.
It's not like it's Control with endless replayability.
Endless boredom.
Endless. That reminds me though, Lewis. If have we finished? Have we finished with Thank Goodness You're Here?
Don't know. Do we want to casually rate it?
Probably would give it on that scale that we spoke about earlier in the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the scale again?
I've missed this.
Was it just right? Not quite a pure shite? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, on the astral
Yeah.
chain scale.
Astral chain scale. Yeah. On the ash. For me, I would say not quite. Out of them three, it's definitely not shy.
Yeah. I'd say it can be added in
not
one
just-
between.
Now
You
we're
don't
just
think of something else
not
overcomplicating
quite
it.
in-
That rhymes. Then go for it.
Nah, I've got
got-
nothing. You're the rapper.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd
not
give
quite.
it just right.
Really?
Just right. That's fair.
Yeah.
But just right. It's like a 9 or a 10, isn't it?
Yeah. Just right, and then hope just right's the third option, and then the fourth option, the top tier, is something like
Dynamite.
Top
Dynamite.
flight or
What?
dynamite.
What did you
Top
say?
flight.
Top flight.
Dynamite. I prefer dynamite.
Yeah, we're not rating golf
Okay.
clubs.
Okay. So just right.
Is that a top flight? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Golf clubs.
I'm sure it is a top flight. That's I remember all those golf balls.
Something like that.
Or is it darts? Because you get a flight
Mm.
on
Or
a dart.
aeroplanes.
Mm.
They fly.
Terrible. Considering we are sat in a fictional pub, you'd think we'd know these things.
We
about
know these
darts.
things.
Go and check that dartboard.
Yeah. Off you go. Okay. So we're saying not quite. It's the official
Just
ranking.
right.
Just right. All right.
Just right.
Just
Dynamite. That's great.
pure shite. Good. But yeah, Lewis, you mentioned Control, surprisingly, there. That reminds me that following on from last week's episode, cast your mind back, you recommended that I go back to Alan Wake 2.
I did indeed.
And I bloody well have.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is a genuine surprise.
Is it? Because I...
Well, what it would have been if you
yesterday.
hadn't sent me a screenshot and you hadn't taken a picture of you playing it. I was surprised then.
Yeah, okay. But act surprised now. Yeah, Alan Wake 2. I've gone back to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Just like you told me to. And yeah, I'm on board.
Good.
I'm picking up what it's putting down. I'm definitely more of a fan of this than Control. I can say that already.
You're
Like-
playing with it with sound on, so you're...
Yeah.
Well, I assume.
Sound very much on. And excellent sound it is as well. I was really impressed by, I think it's like the first boss battle you get to. So not the bit in the morgue, but like the
When
boss
you're in
battle
the-
that's kind of in the woods.
Yeah, I forget what it's
Yeah.
called. The overlap?
The
What's it
overlap,
called?
yeah, when you
That's
go
it,
into
yeah.
the overlap, yeah. I thought that was really one of the most unique boss battles I'd ever done, just because it's not like normally a boss battle is you walk into an open arena and you're just fighting each other for the whole time, right?
Yeah. How did it go down for you?
So it's basically just you're sort of walking through the woods. You know it's coming up because your next objective is to defeat whatever the guy's name is. I forget now. And you sort of come across him yeah. There's loads of like subliminal shit popping up and attempting to scare you. But then he comes into view, and you sort of, you know, have a little shoot him a few times or whatever, stun him with your flashlight, and then he goes away again, and then you walk through the woods a bit more, and it's kind of like it really builds the tension really well.
Did you? So when I got past it the first time, but I struggled a little bit because I was too busy running away in fear.
No, I see. I mean, I'm playing on story mode, so I went hunting for him.
Story mode's always a way to play these things.
Yeah. It just does
Do you have unlimited
take out
ammo?
that element of fear. It's not unlimited, but it's pretty plentiful. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
ever
'Cause
feel
I
like
kept
I'm
running
going to run
out.
out. Yeah, no, I'm
Game
good.
is terrible.
And I found a shotgun near, like, in the general store, and that
You
got
do
rid
the,
of
did you
him
do the
pretty quickly.
combo to get that?
I did, yeah. And I like all the little puzzle bits as well. Very cool. And yeah,
So is that
I
you
just
further than you got last time?
Oh yeah, easily. I think I'm now at the stage where I can now take control of Alan.
Alan, yeah, okay.
Yeah, which seems like it's going to be completely different gameplay style.
Yeah.
I've literally just got in the room where you first can control him.
Okay.
But I'm on board. Like, I would like to play it. I don't know what time we're going to finish this tonight, but I feel like I want to play it. Like, I'm getting the urge to play it, which is a really, really nice feeling. So yeah, stay tuned for more on that. And the other thing that occurred to me whilst playing it was, you, Lewis, need to play Resident Evil 4 remake.
Do I have that one? I've got.
Well, if you don't,
I thought you bought it when it was just.
I think I've got. I know I have 2 and 3 and 7 and 8 and 1.
yeah. Can you make a 4 out of those numbers, Alex? You're the numbers man.
I don't think I've got 4.
You could do 8 divided by 2. You could do 3 plus 1.
All right, don't show off. Have you? So you didn't buy the remake last year?
Me?
Yeah.
Don't think so.
Okay.
I'm just
Buy the
checking out
physical,
Resident Evil 4. Add to.
I'm not sure.
Excuse me,
No.
Alex. I was not talking to you. Mute.
If not, you can borrow it from me
Or
once
me.
Laurie sends it back. Because he's
It's never going to happen, is it?
the bastard. But yeah, I think if you enjoy Alan Wake 2, you'll very much enjoy Resident Evil 4, because it's similar like gameplay, but it's much more action. There's not as much tension and puzzle solving and stuff. It's more like, shooting down a load of baddies, basically.
Yeah, okay.
But very, very similar look, similar setting, at least in this opening forest bit of Alan Wake 2 anyway. So
No, it's
that
good.
a
I'm
bash.
glad you're enjoying it.
Well, it was the agreement. It was a gentleman's agreement that I would play it, and I'm nothing if not a gentleman. So there we go.
To get your word.
What about you, Alex? What have you been up to?
Well, I've not stuck to a gentleman's agreement yet, mainly due to too much anaesthesia. I think my head wasn't quite in the mood for puzzles post-operation. But I've continued on my Civil Survivors like travels.
Ooh.
And my not my most recent one, because I played another one tonight, and the least said about that one, the better, because that was like proper 3D Survivors, and it was just weird. But leave that one. I played Nerd Survivors, and I mean, and this ticks all the boxes. I mean, anything that's called Nerd Survivors just sounds like it's something that I would enjoy, and it is something that I enjoy. It's very much the same formula, very much the same kind of style, very much the same gameplay as all these games. Very like Vampire Survivors is probably one of the closest to Vampire Survivors, but it's funnier. in terms of like some of the characters are just like little nerds trying to survive the night to get to their gaming session. But the weapons are like an exploding pizza or a fidget spinner or like magic fireworks or all these random nerdy things. Some of the enemies are like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or like giant seagulls or all these things that you're just like get all these random references. And there's loads of characters, there's loads of upgrades like you would expect, finding the chests, doing all the normal things, but there's also a forge mode where you can go in and essentially customize and make your own weapon. So it kind of adds a little bit to it. So you can go like, I want my weapon to do this, this and this, and like trying to hone it in on getting the best survivals. And it's just, yeah, this is definitely one of the better ones I've played. And I've not got the platinum on it yet. I'm playing it on PlayStation.
It's on PS Plus, right?
Don't think so. Is it?
Oh, is it not?
I don't think it is.
I thought I seen you were playing it. I was like, oh, what's this? And I thought it was, but I might be making it up.
Unless it's maybe a trial or something. I think
Maybe.
it's in that kind of survivor. It's like price bracket. It's like what, £6 or something. It's not expensive. I think even cheaper on Steam.
It looks like what's it called? I think we mentioned it last week or the week before. The Zelda rhythm game.
Crypt to the Necro.
Yeah, that.
Dancer. It's not Dancer, it's Mancer.
Cadence of Hyrule.
Cadence of Hyrule, that was it, yeah. Like, visually, it looks quite similar to that. It looks good. So is it the same sort of gameplay as Vampire Survivors then?
Yeah.
It's
very like it. But just a bit... And I think it gives you that wee bit of humour with the different weapons and things that you recognise, and it is just... You know the gameplay, it's pure junk food. Absolute junk food. And just ticks a lot of boxes. When I've been lying on the sofa with my Portal, which has been an absolute godsend between that and the Steam Deck.
And Switch? No?
No.
Just don't push your luck.
That would have required some dusting, and I didn't think Max would get up here in time. But I highly recommend this for people that like that type of game. And I know Vampire Survivors has now finally been dated to come in imminently as this episode releases to PS5 or PlayStation in general. I think it's the 30th of August it's coming.
At last.
But it's a nice wee, again, a wee palate cleanser, and one of those just pick up and plays for 5, 10, 20 minutes if you can manage it to survive. And a great little game on the Portal, which is just, the more and more I use that thing, the more I love it. Like, genuinely love it.
Yeah.
I can see on... because these games I don't know much about, I've started looking at the Steam comments, Steam reviews. Nothing really jumps out. There is one by someone called the Fluffy Panda. Fluffy, spelled with an EY. How and someone says after grinding this game for a minute. How long's a minute in your guys' eyes?
If they're from America, could mean a long time.
Doesn't say.
It feels like a minute to me.
A minute.
You can't really grind something from, well, actually, I'll take that back.
Well,
There are some.
A minute's quite long for some people.
So they've got 8.8 hours on record after grinding this game for a minute. I kind of hate this game, I think.
Oh.
Why would you play it for 8.8 hours then?
Exactly. Why would you play it for so long if you don't like it? If you don't like it at all?
In Fluffy Panda's defence, you must have had that where you've just caught yourself playing a game and you're like, why
am I still playing this?
Why am I doing this? There's millions of amazing games out there and I'm doing this. So I got your back, Fluffy Panda.
Do we know what Ben's Steam name is?
Fluffy Panda.
Oh, shit, they're coming to get your opinions, Ben. Get you chucked in the jail.
The opinion police are here. Fucking hell, that's loud. Yeah, I like the look of Nerd Survivors.
Yeah, so that.
It's a fun wee one.
Yeah. Now, question. Did
Yes.
it make... You said it was funny. Did it make you laugh out loud?
No, it was more just a smile. It was like a kind of a wee smile rather than a laugh out loud.
Okay. Good. Sensible. A sensible amount of amusement from a video game.
It's allowed.
Have you played Stanley Parable? Have you
I played
that, Alex?
No.
like the deluxe one, which was like
Yeah.
so like the one that was 2 but wasn't actually called 2 and all that. So yeah, and that was very, very funny.
That was good. I played that on the Switch. I think you'd like that, Ben.
Yeah, I think I would. I think I'm waiting for like a deep discount on it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it for like a tenner. I think we could go lower.
Hammond's theorem.
Yeah. Well,
You just need to find someone to add to the library that's got.
If anyone listening has got that in their Steam library and wants to join us, yeah, nice. Lewis, what else have you had on?
What else have I been playing? Well,
playlist
talking
this
to
week?
games that are good on the Portal. I have been playing Death Stranding predominantly on the Portal. It works so well. It's such a good game for the Portal. So I've not restarted it as a save that I've picked up. I think I last played it a year ago. I started in like December 2022. Just, it's one of those games that I've sort of dipped in and out of over the last little while. I just had the urge to play it again, and I think it's got its hooks in me this time. So I think this is the push to the finish line. I think I'm at around 30 or so hours. So I don't think I've got that much further to go. But it's just what I'm looking for just now. Like I was speaking to Tyler in the chat the other day, and I sort of mentioned it's both relaxing and horrific at the same time. It's a strange combination because like,
Speaking to Tyler.
Yeah, it is an experience.
Harsh.
Yeah. I'm truthful, honest, wear my heart on my sleeve. Just delivering parcels from place to place, trying to, sometimes you go for the most direct route. It's not really possible, but either dodging out of the way of baddies or taking them on, but it's just a really interesting game. I don't know when the next one's coming out, but I'm probably going to be day one when that one comes out. But yeah, it's just such a unique game, and I've never played a Hideo Kojima game before. This is my first one. Never played any of the Metal Gear games. Never played I don't know, whatever other ones he's done.
Yeah,
I wanted the platinum.
it was my first Kojima game as well.
Oh, I forgot that you'd played it as well.
Yeah, I got, I don't know, 25 hours into it, something like that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got quite far and enjoyed it. I can't even remember why I dropped off, but yeah, it is.
Got too far north.
Maybe, yeah.
In the mountains. Yeah, I forgot that you had played it as well.
Yeah, and it's again like Alan Wake 2. It's one of those that I keep thinking, oh, fancy going back to that.
It works to sell it on the Portal. It works well.
How long did it take you to get used to the gameplay again? Because there is like some, it's not like your standard. It's not like picking up a Mario game, is it? It's funky controls.
It took 15 minutes.
Okay.
So like, the I think the most difficult bit is remembering the D-pad and what your long press on right will take you to a sub menu, and pushing up will take you to a different radial menu, and left will take you somewhere else. That and how to check the weather on the map, because you can do that. You can open up the map and you can see if the timefall, when and if the timefall's going to end, if it's in the next 30 minutes or something like that, and you can wait.
Right. I don't think I ever checked the weather.
I stumbled across it. I was like, what's this? Why can I scroll up and down here? Why is there numbers on the screen? And it's because it was the time. That was the rain, the forecast for the rain. Yeah. And it's really fucking. I won't say exactly what's happened, but I was sat in this room, we've just got a puppy. The crate is down there. My wife was bringing the puppy up to put in the crate to settle down for the night.
Was she carrying it on her back?
She was, just like Yoda and Skywalker.
Or Sam Porter Bridges.
Or just like that. Yeah, that's it makes sense.
Slightly more topical reference.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, carry it.
Bypassed me by quite some way. Is that playing? And there would end up being a cut scene, and you got the dog in and closed the gate over, and I paused it. She was talking about it. I was like, yeah, right. I can't remember what we're talking about. Unpaused it, and then it was just so fucked up what was just about to happen. I was like, if she wasn't getting up and moving about, I probably would have just left that on and got some really weird questions about what the fuck was I playing. Because there's some stuff in there that I don't think you really would see in any other game. It's just batshit crazy, really.
It is. Yeah, it's an odd one, but endearing at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably do that. Like, maybe do an episode where we just chat about games we need to go back to, because there's probably so many that we've all started and got significantly.
Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom's another one for me. You know, I feel like I need to finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This sounds like the episode of the games that I need to start.
Yeah, could be that.
Persona 5 Royal, what the fuck it's called?
With cheese. Yeah, because you got quite far through that, didn't you?
40 hours?
Yeah. I need to finish 3. Persona 3 Reload. Quite deep into that.
DLC is just about to come for that as well, is it not?
Oh, it is indeed.
Perfect time for you to jump back in after you finish Alan Wake.
Of course. But I have finished a few games actually recently. But I think that primarily the one that I'm highest on is, well, we spoke about it a few weeks ago, Kunitsu-Gami.
Oh yes,
it's really good. I feel like it's getting so slept on, but it's so good. It's like, I don't understand. Well, I do understand, because I don't think it's very easily marketable, as we spoke about before. But it's gonna be. I can confidently say it's going to be quite high on my Game of the Year list. For this year, yeah. It just gets better and better.
Everything that you said about this game.
Well,
this is the one that was like Onimusha. Is that this one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I remember that bit.
Just remember fragments of wise. Yeah, but it just honestly it just gets more interesting the deeper into it you go, and I haven't been like drawn to kind of like no lifer game for a long time, but this one I was just like, right, I'm going to finish it this weekend and put hours and hours and hours into it, and yeah, it's go and play it. Please, people, play it.
It's very high up my list now. It's one of the. It's the next bigger game I will play.
Right.
When I get to actually bring myself to start a bigger game, it will be the one that I will start.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really in. The more I've kind of heard you talk about it, the more I've seen about it, the more it just feels like I would have a lot of fun playing it.
Yeah.
Like I think all the action side of it stuff, it is odd. It definitely seems odd, but I think in terms of the setup of it and how the kind of tower defense side of it works, but then the actual action side of it as well looks a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think it's definitely, and on Game Pass, it's like a no-brainer. I'd like to put a few hours into it. Yeah, so that's. I just wanted to have a final thoughts on that. And still, yeah, it sticks to landing, and it is, as I said, gonna be pretty high up on my list. The best games to play this year.
Anything that's coming out that you think might pip it on the basis of what you're looking forward to?
I mean, like Astrobot, Metaphor, Refantasio, and Zelda Echoes of Wisdom are all still to come. But there's other stuff that will be up there that I've played as well. But Kunitsu-Gami will definitely be in the running. I'll be surprised if it's not in the top 5 for me personally.
And I don't feel like I've got anything on a Games of the... Oh, I do have one big contender on a Game of the Year list, but like other than that, I don't feel like I've got anything I would put up there. Like,
What about Hauntii?
No, not in the Game of the Year. But I mean, have you tried it yet?
Fucking recommended it though, didn't you? Wasted
I
my
did
time.
recommend it because it was very good. But I was just meaning in the conversation in terms of, like, from what you were saying, like, is other than Infinite Wealth, like, there's nothing that I would feel like I would even remember that I'd played. But that's a lot more to do with me. Oh yeah, I guess
It's got to be up there. But yeah, I did play. I have played several hours of Hauntii on my little Scottish jaunty, and it is.
You thought of that on the car, didn't you? On the way back down the road. You thought of that. I'm going to say that tomorrow.
Pull over. I need to make a note of this.
need to write this down.
This is great.
It's getting remarkable too.
Never leaves my side. Yeah, it's got a weird kind of opening to it. I found it really disjointed, and it was pretty unclear what the goal was.
Going on?
Yeah, so that took a while to kind of find the rhythm, and then when you get into the flow of, I'm basically just finding these stars, filling in these constellations. Kind of Mario Odyssey-esque, like doing little challenges that get you a star, like you would get a new kind of, and even like the fact that you're possessing stuff is a little bit like Cappy, so it's kind of like a 2D indie Mario Odyssey. But yeah, gorgeous music, sound design, all really charming. It's a little bit janky, and it's a little bit lacking in some special sauce that I can't quite put my finger on, that stops it from being like a top tier indie, I would say.
You were going to say je ne sais quoi there, but then remembered that you referred to yourself as posh earlier and stopped yourself.
Special sauce.
They'll never let me back up north if I say that.
Yeah. Yeah, it lacks a little bit of that. Yeah, whatever that is.
Yeah.
But again, and it feels like a 7, but like a really nice 7.
Yeah, it's a nice 7. Like, I think that's
7.
No, exactly. I'm quite enjoying it, but like, yeah, it's not blowing my socks off. But I don't think you were expecting it to blow my socks off. It was more like, yeah, this is a game that everyone else is sleeping on, that it would be good to at least have a crack at, and I think I'll finish it, because it's a nice little Steam Deck one to just fire up, do a few little challenges, make a bit of progress. It's a good one for that. But yeah,
I would have tried it. I've installed it to the Xbox, and I would have tried it if I had a handheld option for it.
if you had a backbone.
If I had a backbone.
Yeah. Cool. Good. Lots of little quick fire bits and bobs there. That was
Yes.
nice.
Busy one.
Lovely. And we've been busy, haven't we? Busy little
Have we?
beavers. We have. We should probably say that we will be in just a few days' time, at the time, if you're listening to this on the day of release, we will be releasing our first ever Patreon exclusive
Oh, wow.
podcast.
Ooh.
We've got a Patreon. We are now an official podcast because we've got a Patreon.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's good, right?
That's good.
It's a nice thing. That's good, isn't it? So if
What's the-
go on.
No, you were doing the sales pitch. I'm sorry for
No.
interrupting, Ben.
No, you're
I
going to
was
ask.
just gonna
You're
ask you-
going to ask something that I don't have an answer to, won't you?
Yes, you definitely know the answer to it. What? There's one tier, right?
There's one tier. Alex, what is the tier called? Because you came up with
The,
this.
the Mimics tier.
The Mimics tier. Just fucking. Come on.
Mamma
Come on.
mia. That
Come
is
on.
just-
If it's not worth £1 a month just for that, I don't
Yeah.
know what is.
you know that has that name? a certain je ne sais quoi.
That it does. For Northerners, special sauce.
Special sauce. Get a sauce on that thing.
If someone did want to kind of publicly condone what we do and support us, they could go to patreon.com/themimicsvale, and from as little as £1 a month, you'd get access to this monthly podcast that we're launching on the 1st of September 2024, and also gain access to our members only Discord,
Yes.
which will be quite a nice little corner of the internet, free of all the troubles of the world.
Yes.
Yeah. So, if you like this, what you listen to right now, and you'd like to hear more of it, patreon.com/themimicsvale. And my voice can't go any higher.
Keep trying. Go.
And if you don't like it, patreon.com/themimicsvale.
Still give us
When
a
you
pound.
go, still give us a pound.
Yeah, let us know. Become a producer and tell us this is shite. Which again leads us nicely into another segment. So we have had a little bit of feedback from our dear listener Max, who really, he was quite considerate, wasn't he? Like, he didn't do it in a horrible way, but he messaged me and he said, guess the outro. Guess the outro, mate. It's a little bit long, and I think we thought that anyway,
We did.
because the last couple have been like borderline 25-30 minutes, which is painful for us, so can only imagine how listeners feel. So basically, we've come up with, thanks to Max's suggestion, we've come up with a snappier format for Guess the Outro, haven't we? So
It's remarkable.
basically, it is remarkable.
That's too remarkable.
So we're saying goodbye to Guess the Outro, and we're saying hello to Guess the Outro Turbo. Okay, all right. So basically, what this means is,
Could you theoretically do the whole podcast? Do the whole podcast like that?
I think it would lose some of its impact.
Just wanted to get more blind blessed.
Yeah. Oh, fuck off. So the new format, rather than 20 questions meandering, you flailing, I'm in an R-ing, dead air. We're going to do 10 questions only, and I'm going to give you a clue at the start, in the middle, and then if you need it, right at the end. Because I want to see you guys succeed.
Thanks. We have succeeded on
4
all but one.
5 occasions, yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to see you succeed quickly.
Yeah. So do I. So do I.
Where's the fun in that?
Well, let's
We
see.
like to see you squirm.
Let's see. So, are we ready?
Yeah. Alex, what the odds that the clues are? Clue 1, it's an indie game. Clue 2, the character names and title.
Probably.
Yeah. God, that would have been great. So, let's start off with a clue, shall we?
Okay.
As we play, guess the outro. Turbo. Okay.
That's amazing.
Little things. The first clue is the composer of this track has also composed on Streets of Rage, Virtua Fighter, and Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. There's your first clue.
Is it
Okay.
Michael
Questions?
Jackson?
Questions, please.
I mean, I don't know who that is, so.
Me neither.
And I'll be keeping the tally offline in private.
Wow.
So no
Look at that.
cheating, Lewis. No cheating.
Damn you. What were the games again? Sorry. Michael Jackson's
Moonwalker.
Streets
of
Rage and Virtua Fighter. Michael
So
Jackson's
very
Moonwalker.
much Sega then. Because they were all Sega games, weren't they? Well, they were.
Yeah, well, Moonraker.
Moonwalker was a Mega Drive
Walker.
game.
Moonwalker. Raker. Fuck.
Michael Jackson, of course,
Straight to
famous for
James
his
Bond.
moon rake. Come on, this is snappier. Come on, fucking hell.
The name's Bond. Woohoo.
Question 1. I'm sorry, Max. I'm trying.
Is it an
mate.
indie?
I'm trying. Is it an indie? Ask me another question. I'll look into it.
Right, so is this is this a on
I
you go.
suppose we want to try and pinpoint the time period, because I mean, from those games you would think it was back in the Mega Drive days, but I'm
Yeah.
thinking it was probably actually quite new. So, is this on the current generation of consoles?
Yes. And no,
No.
it's not an indie. So no to question 1, yes to question 2.
No. It's a new game. Genre?
Is it a what did it, and it's not an indie?
It's not an indie.
That Moonrake has slayed me, Ben. I don't know.
Is it a VR
This-
game?
No, it's not
No.
a VR game.
Is it a? Was it an exclusive? Was it a? It's on the current set of consoles. Was it a console exclusive? No particular console mentioned.
Let's have a look. Yes, it was.
It was a console exclusive.
You pinpoint the console.
Got one more
Okay,
question,
yeah.
and then you get another clue. This is nice, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'd say we're really between PlayStation and
Nintendo.
Switch. Yeah. So either one we could ask him and then assume it's the other because
So is it a Switch game?
So I'm going to give you a little steer here. So it is available to play on modern consoles, right? That was your second question.
Yeah.
And then you asked, was it a console exclusive? And the answer was, yes, it was.
But it's not anymore.
Well, I mean, between those two answers, you can tell that.
yeah. But so there's it's
So it was a console exclusive,
yeah. No,
but
it's
now
not.
it's available on other consoles. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Alex looks like he wants to give.
So, mate, is that not as so we're taking that Switch one back then? Is that what you mean?
That's entirely
No, I
up
think
to
it's-
you.
Well, it was
You
a
want to
game that was
narrow
a-
down. You want to narrow down the console that it came out on first, right?
That's what I was. Yeah.
Okay. I'm stepping back.
Right, just right. Right. Well, was it initially a Switch exclusive?
No.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So you've got a clue.
Wow.
You lucky buggers. Alex, this is a shining example of a game we both love.
That's not a clue.
I'm wondering if it's something like Hi-Fi Rush because it then came to other consoles,
Yeah, it was. Was that first
And-
on
and it was first on Xbox,
Xbox?
the Xbox exclusive.
So it was a shining example. I feel like that's a clue. Shining.
Of games we both love. We like a rhythm game.
A shining example.
But I don't know if Ben liked that game.
No.
So should we try?
Well, maybe I liked it, but
I feel like though that there's not many games that have been exclusives that aren't exclusives anymore, and that really fits the bill.
Well, when did it first release? Yeah, I don't think you've got. You don't know that, do you?
that was last year. has this game released in the last 5 years? Wait there. Sorry.
No.
No. So it was an older game and it re-released. So it was initially an exclusive. And then when it's been re-released, it's no longer an exclusive.
So it's... So from the questions we've asked, was it originally released on current gen? I guess not. It would be prior gen at least.
So what games do me and Ben love?
That's
So many.
that Venn diagram. Alex, Ben, and then with the crossover, pure shite.
Pure shite. We're trying nail down a genre.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, you're into your racing types. Is it a racing game? Or predominantly, is it a racing game? Yeah.
Why don't you do the thing? And again, just trying to help. Why don't you do the thing where you say, is it and then list 3 genres, and then if it's any of those 3, I'll say yes.
Okay.
Not trying to teach you how to play the game or anything.
You can.
That might help.
I'd say that was cheating.
No, you've only got
honest
10
guy.
questions, mate. So come on,
Well, you're setting the rules.
try to help you out.
So what should we go for? Racing.
Metroidvania.
RPGs? That doesn't narrow it down. RPGs, fucking billions of them.
A shining example.
Shining example.
Shining example. That's the bit I can't
We
quite.
love.
See when you think of clues, Ben. You think of better clues.
Yeah.
And think of the first clue and the second clue.
I forgot what the first clue was.
Oh,
What
the
was it
other
again?
information
I've got fragments. What's
Streets
the,
of Rage, Virtua Fighter, Michael Jackson's Moonraker.
That's the one.
So the
Shining.
composer for that is the composer or composed this song, Shining. So what games have come back out that were originally console exclusive? Could it be like Lara Croft? Does he come back as with Lara Croft Tomb Raider? Is the name? Is the name in the title?
Yeah, it's cat name and title.
Right, you're on question 7.
Mm-hmm.
Narrow down either the year or the console, and you'll be on your way.
I doubt it. What are we thinking for? You reckon year?
Could it be something like Lumines? Because that was initially like a console exclusive, like when it came out in the PSP or whatever it was, and now you can play it in like everything, and it's a shining example of, and like Lumines is like, Lumini is like a light, isn't it? Is it Lumines?
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
It is! Luminous! Well done, Alex. Superb work.
I would never have got
Fantastic.
there in a million years. Never.
That was
And it was what, PSP exclusive or was it Vita?
Yeah, PSP exclusive. And that was actually going to be your final clue, which I think you would have guessed this from, Alex. Voted number 5 in IGN's best PSP games of all time.
Yeah, I would have got
You
it
would have
there.
got it from there.
Wow.
So well done.
I've never
You got
played it.
in 7.
You've never played Lumines?
Whacking.
Oh, you'd love it. Go buy it.
Is it in the library? No, I think it's on
It's on PS Plus.
PS Plus. Yeah.
You've
got
it's
to
in the
play it.
library. It's cheaper for me to buy it than buy a whole Steam Deck.
But yeah, so good, so good. And this, Shining, I think, is the first song from the first whatever world that you play on that. Shining, shining, that one. And obviously Lumines has that shining, wordplay as well.
Well,
So-
that's... You've always come at these saying that you're not very good at quizzes, Alex, but you've
He's good.
smashed it out again.
Perhaps we should bring a competitive element into this.
No.
No, I It's a nice teamwork.
Yeah, no, it's a nice way to do it. It's more chilled out doing it like this anyway. So yeah, the song I've chosen is "Roundabout" by God. I can't read my own writing. That is embarrassing, isn't it? Let's say I don't want to butcher the guy's name. Yes, the song is "Roundabout," and that is by Takayuki Nakamura. I'm confident that that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, and that's Roundabout. And that is from the excellent Lumines.